Hello and welcome to this Fast Delivery Service webinar. My name is Peter and I will guide you today through this new service from Weidmüller. The Fast Delivery Service is a fully digitalized process for customized assembled products like terminal rails and enclosures. Base is the cost-free software Weidmüller Configurator or WMC with which you can plan and configure terminal rails, empty, assembled or X-certified enclosures. After the configuration, you can send a request for the assembled product, and with the automatic offer, you know a few minutes later how much you have to pay for these products. Depending on the selected components and local restrictions, a delivery promise of 5 or 10 days for your assembled product is possible. Ordering is possible from lot size 1. With this, you have the full process from engineering and requesting in your own hand, and you are very flexible and free of working time. The process works 24 hours, 7 days a week. For the automatic offer, we are offering 3, we call it service levels with different delivery times. The first service level is our 5-day delivery. Focus for this service level is maximum delivery speed. We promise that your terminal rail or enclosure will be ready for shipment after 4 days. The components are stored directly in the production line. With this assortment, we can fulfill nearly every application in a cabinet. If you need a component which is not part of the 5 days assortment, we have the second service level, our 10-day delivery service. Focus for this service level is a bigger range of components with a reliable delivery time. We promise that your terminal rail or enclosure will be ready for shipment after 9 days. The third service level, our fast offer, is our fast offer. With the fast offer, you will get an automatic offer, but without delivery promise. With this service level, you can configure your individual product with nearly every component from the WMC. Delivery time depends on stock of the selected components and is on request. Now you may have the question, in which service level are my components? Do I have to know the whole assortments of the service levels? No, this is not necessary. The WMC knows the service levels and will suggest the best one for you. And if you want to have a better service level, the WMC will show you what to change to get the better service level. With this, you decide your need. Get the exact configuration or the best delivery time, maybe with some changes. It depends on you. See how easy it is to plan a terminal rail and or an assembled enclosure, to change the service level, to send a request and to get an automatic offer via the WMC. With this, I will jump directly into the WMC to show it to you. Now we are in the Weidmüller configurator. To start a configuration, I can select New Project, and first I have to define the mounting rail. I select here the first one, click on OK, and my configuration window will be open. In the Product Finder, I can enter my terminal that I want to add, for example the A2C 2.5. This terminal I would like to add 20 pieces, and in the middle, I would like to have an orange terminal. Now I need to add the accessory. Therefore, I can use the product acknowledgement of the Weidmüller configurator and run the verify. The verify knows the rules for finger safety and shipment safety. Therefore, I got here some error messages that I have to solve. I can click on Auto Solve and the Weidmüller configurator will solve this error for me. With click on OK, these changes will be implemented. Next step is to make the labeling and markers. Therefore, I use the assistant labeling and markers, and I can enter here now the labeling. Or I use the automatically function of the Weidmüller configurator automatically generate labels. I do this, say OK, and now the labels will be added. If this is a rail that I would like to request, I can click here on Request and I have to enter my customer data. For the next use, the Weidmüller configurator will remember this data. I select assembled product for the delivery, and the Weidmüller configurator proposes to me the service level 10 days. So I can click now on send, and I will get an automatic offer for this terminal rail with a delivery promise of 10 days. If I would like to get a better delivery time, I can open here the drop-down menu and select the 5-day service. And now the Weidmüller configurator is checking if a delivery promise of 5 days could be possible. I got an error message that this is not possible, and I have to open the output window. The output window I find here, and in the output window I got the information that the orange terminal is not part of the 5-day assortment. And now I can decide by myself what is more important for me. Do I need the orange terminal, or do I want to have a better delivery time? If I want to have a better delivery time, the Weidmüller configurator supports me to select an alternative product, a similar product to the orange one, which is in the needed service level included. Therefore, I click here on Replace with similar product, and the Weidmüller configurator shows me all similar terminals which are part of the 5-day assortment. And I select here, for example, the blue one, click on OK, and the orange terminal has been changed to the blue one, and the existing markers and accessory is still the same. Now, if I click on Request, the Weidmüller configurator will check again the best fitting service level, and here you see that now a delivery promise of 5 days is possible. If I click now on Send, I will get an automatic offer with a delivery promise of 5 days. If I do not want to have only the terminal rail, if I want to have the terminal rail inside of the enclosure, I can select this in the Weidmüller configurator too. So therefore, I open here the application and select Assembled Enclosure. Now the assistant for enclosures will be open, and I can define here the technical data. For example, the protection degree of the enclosure, or in the properties I can define the product family or the material of the enclosure. And I define that I would like to have a glass fiber reinforced polyester enclosure. And here I can add now the mounting rail to the enclosure. So I select here mounting rail, and you see here the name mounting rail 1 is the mounting rail that I have configured in the background. I select this one, and now the configurator give a proposal for the best fitting enclosure. And the best fitting enclosure is the clip-on POK 122209. And if I would like to add cable glands, I can select, for example, the sides, the bottom side, and add the accessory. And here on the 3 dots, I can now search for my cable gland, for example, for M16. This is here the cable gland that I want to have. Click on OK. And now I can say I want to have 5 pieces of this cable gland. The Weidmüller configurator is placing this cable gland directly in the enclosure. And if everything is OK, I can click on OK. And now the enclosure or the terminal rail with the enclosure will be combined. I got here now 2 pages. The first one is the terminal rail, the second one is the enclosure. And if I watch on the details of the enclosure, I see that all the details, like the screws for fixing the terminal rails or the nut for fixing the cable glands, are directly included. And if I would like to get an automatic offer or a delivery time for this enclosure, I can do it similar to the terminal rail. I get here on request, the Weidmüller configurator is calculating the best service level for me. And in this case, the enclosure can be delivered with a delivery promise of 5 days. So if I click here on send, I will get an automatic offer and a delivery promise of 5 days for my enclosure. Now you have seen how easy it is to configure your individual assemblies and to get the automatic offer. But let's have a closer look to the benefits of your process. Therefore, we have here a typical process for a machine builder from the planning to the delivery of the machine with all the different departments. I would like to highlight some of these departments to explain how the fast delivery service can support to simplify the processes. The first department is the planning and construction. For this department, we offer a system-managed support via the WMC. With this, you can reduce planning times and errors in your planning. This is important because errors that will be done here will not cause a problem directly. These errors will cause a problem in the production, and then the production of the cabinet has to stop and to clarify the problem. Therefore, it is very important that the planning is directly error-free. The second department is the purchasing. Weidmüller delivers the offer in a few minutes. This reduces waiting times. Your expert of the cabinet is planning the assemblies. Therefore, we do not have clarification time during the process. This reduces times too. And in the end, the purchasing department gets a directly orderable article number which does not need to be released. After purchasing, I would like to highlight the warehouse. With the fast delivery service, we support to reduce the complexity of your warehouse. A small terminal rail like this can have very fast 30, 40 or 50 different components in it. And each component has to be ordered in packaging units between 50 and 100 pieces. With the fast delivery service, we deliver one product instead of many components. Next very important department is the work preparation and assembly. The terminal rail or enclosure will be delivered ready to install. Your high-paid worker does not need anymore to mount terminals on a rail. He can focus on the real added value, and this is the wiring and the checking of the cabinet. And at last, we offer you reliable delivery times for future orders or maintenance cases. You see that our service can help you to simplify your process. But in the end, what does it mean for you personally in money? Regarding the study Cabinet Building 4.0 from the University of Stuttgart, users of such a service have a potential saving between 3,500 and 175,000 euros per year. This depends mostly on the automation grade of your production. On our website, you find a calculator with which you can identify your personal savings. You are invited to use this calculator. If you have any questions regarding the fast delivery service, you can contact your local sales or me directly. See you in the next video or in a personal meeting.